Well, welcome back. Today's an exciting day and we're going to finally get some stain on the kayak and see what the final product might look like. But first, we need to get the fairing done. There's a particular kind of quiet that settles over the studio, but never silent. There's the hiss of the sandpaper, the low complaint of the plane finding resistance, the soft collapse of shavings curling to the floor. But beneath all of that, there's a quiet, an interior quiet, the kind that only comes when your hands know what they're doing and your mind is finally free to go somewhere deeper. I've been a sculptor most of my life, and the oldest lesson sculpture teaches you is the material has an opinion. Metal pushes back, clay gives too easy. However, wood tells you things if you're willing to listen. What you're really learning is to have a conversation, to ask instead of force. Fairing is that conversation. It begins quietly, the plane finding its voice on the wood. Long, clean cuts that tell you more than any measurement could. We're not removing material so much as asking questions. Where are you hiding? What do you want to be? A boat builder knows this moment. When to stop posing and start listening. When the tool becomes transparent and all you're aware of is the surface speaking back. Some tools demand a soft touch before they give you anything honest. Hold them too tight, push too hard, and they'll give you more than you meant to give and tell you nothing useful. But learn to hold it lightly. Let them become extensions of your hand, finding their own weight in their conversation with the wood, and something changes. The tool disappears, just your hand and the hull. Each stroke is a sentence you learn slowly over the years. Not just sanding, you're reading. You're asking the surface to tell you the truth about itself. And it will, if you're patient. It always does. Fairing isn't finishing. It's more important than finishing. It's the difference between a boat being built and a boat being made. Well, the last piece of fairing is right here along the shear where we've got a pretty sharp edge. So what I'm going to do is relieve that edge because the fiberglass needs to wrap around that, and fiberglass does not like to go over a real square edge. So I'm going to start with some 80 and knock that down. And then I'll slowly step up to 120. And then finally, 220. Well, I've got the kayak pretty well sanded now and faired. I've got it sanded to 120 grit. Now the next step that I want to do is I want to tape off this center strip planking so that it will stay really light like this. By taping that off, then I'm going to coat it with some epoxy. And that way, when I do stain the deck, it will not penetrate into that center stripe. So that's my next step, is to tape off that center stripe. So I did sand this center stripe with some 220 grit sandpaper, and I also wiped it down with denatured alcohol. While the epoxy was slightly cured in its green state, I pulled the tape. If I had waited until the epoxy had cured, the tape would have been glued to the hull. I then waited overnight for the epoxy to cure. So in preparation to get the stain on there, I'm going to wipe the hull down like I usually do with to really get all of the dust off of it with some denatured alcohol. The stain I'm using is an alcohol-based stain. That type of stain will play well with the epoxy. I'm using maple brown, which is a dark stain. It's always been my intention to stain the kayak very dark. So to get started, I'm taking a nice clean cotton cloth and I'm going to saturate it with the stain and just start rubbing it in. I was looking for a much darker color, so I tried switching to a foam brush. This seemed to work a little bit more efficiently, and it was definitely the color I was looking for. The foam brush turned out not to be the best application tool. It held way too much stain, causing drips and runs. And they wore out quickly. I used 5 brushes just to do the bottom. What I did find that worked quite well was a small piece of sponge. It held just the right amount of stain and it wore well. I found that applying in a circular motion and then blending with the wood grain was the best at getting the coverage to be even. You can see right here where, I think it was when I first started, I got a big drip on there. So we need to do is level that out. So I'm going to put just a little more stain over the top of it. And you'll see that you kind of spread it out. So if for some reason you get a spot where you have a little bit too much stain in there and you want to lighten it up, you can put some denatured alcohol on a rag and just rub that. And it's a good idea to rub it in a circular motion because then you won't get streaks. But you can see that lifts some of the stain up out of there. So that's also what you do if you found some spots that just looked blotchy. Well, that's it for the stain. I've gone over it a couple of times and really tried to even out any blotchy spots. So I'm pretty happy with it. Now, one of the things you have to realize is that once there's a finish on it, it's going to get quite bright again and the grain will pop out a little more than what it shows now. Now, the next step that I'm going to do, I've got a couple of things I'm going to do. First of all, I'm going to clean this strip up so that it's nice and bright again. And then secondly, I'm going to put epoxy resin over the entire hull, mainly to lock in that stain. Usually I don't do it that way. I would put the cloth on dry, but in this case, I'm going to put a protective coat on there before I put the glass on it. And the reason for that is that once the glass gets on there and I start sanding and fairing, if for some reason I were to sand through the glass cloth and into the hull, it wouldn't take but just a second before I would take that stain off with it. So this way, there'll be a little bit of a layer of epoxy in there that will help protect that. So that will all happen in the next episode. So as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you the next time on The Art of Boat Building. Oh, remember, if you're going to make it beautiful.